How did a seemingly perfect family fall apart due to the tangled web of forbidden love and betrayal? On the surface, the Harrington family appeared to have it all: wealth, status, and a seemingly unbreakable bond. However, beneath this facade lay secrets that would ultimately tear them apart. It all began on a warm summer evening in 2015 when Eleanor Clark attended a charity gala in Surrey. The event was bustling with prominent figures, but Eleanor, a renowned artist known for her evocative landscapes, was only there to support the cause. That was until she met Charles Harrington, a successful businessman with a charm that captivated everyone he met. They were introduced by mutual friends, and from the moment their eyes met, there was an undeniable spark. Charles, known for his philanthropic endeavors and sharp business acumen, was immediately drawn to Eleanor's grace and intelligence. They spent the entire evening talking, sharing stories about their lives and passions. Eleanor was impressed by Charles' wit and humility, qualities she had seldom found in men of his stature. Charles, on the other hand, was enamored by Eleanor's artistic soul and her down-to-earth nature. Their whirlwind romance quickly blossomed into love. Charles admired Eleanor's strength and independence, while Eleanor found solace in Charles' unwavering support. They spent their days exploring art galleries and attending social events, while their nights were filled with deep conversations and shared dreams. Within a year, they were married in a lavish ceremony at the Harrington estate, a grand manor that had been in Charles's family for generations. Eleanor's teenage daughter, Laura, from her previous marriage, was thrilled to be gaining a stepfather she admired and respected. Laura, 16 at the time, was an aspiring artist like her mother and looked up to Charles as a mentor and father figure. Their life together seemed idyllic. Charles doted on Eleanor and Laura, ensuring they wanted for nothing. He supported Eleanor's art career, hosting exhibitions, and using his connections to promote her work. The Harrington estate became a hub of social activity, hosting elegant parties and gatherings, further solidified their status in the community. For years, they lived in bliss, unaware of the storm that was brewing just beneath the surface. In 2021, Laura returned home after completing her art degree abroad. Now 22, Laura had grown into a stunning young woman, confident and full of life. Her return brought a new dynamic to the household. Charles, who had always seen Laura as his daughter, began to notice her in a different light. She was no longer the teenager he had helped guide. She was a woman with her own thoughts, desires, and an undeniable allure. Despite his efforts to ignore his growing attraction to Laura, Charles found himself drawn to her. Laura, unaware of Charles's internal struggle, saw him as a supportive stepfather and confidant. She often sought his advice on her art and career, which led to long hours spent together in his study, discussing her future and sharing their thoughts on life. Eleanor, immersed in her work, failed to notice the subtle shifts in their family dynamic. She was busy preparing for a major art exhibition that was to be the pinnacle of her career. Meanwhile, Charles and Laura's interactions grew more intimate and charged with unspoken desire. What began as lingering glances and innocent touches soon escalated into secret meetings and stolen kisses. The boundary between stepfather and stepdaughter blurred, leading them down a dangerous path of forbidden love. By the fall of 2022, the affair between Charles and Laura had fully ignited. They managed to keep their relationship hidden, meeting in secluded spots and communicating through secret messages. Charles justified his actions by convincing himself that his feelings for Laura were genuine, that their love was meant to be. Laura, entranced by the thrill and passion, believed she had found her soulmate in Charles. Their secret relationship was a whirlwind of passion and deceit. They would steal moments whenever they could, in Charles' study, during late-night walks in the estate's gardens, and on weekends when Eleanor was away for art shows. Their love was intense and consuming, overshadowing the guilt they both felt. Charles found himself caught between his duty to Eleanor and his obsession with Laura. Eleanor, meanwhile, began to experience unexplained fatigue and discomfort. Concerned, she sought medical advice and was devastated to learn that she had developed a serious illness. The diagnosis was a severe form of cancer, and her world came crashing down. Charles' guilt was palpable, but he couldn't bring himself to end the affair. He continued to divide his time between caring for Eleanor and secretly meeting Laura, a balancing act that grew increasingly precarious. In early 2023, Eleanor's health took a turn for the worse, and she was admitted to the hospital. It was during this time that Laura's behavior began to raise suspicions among their friends and family. Frequent absences and secretive demeanor did not go unnoticed. Rumors of an inappropriate relationship between Charles and Laura started to circulate, but no one dared to confront them directly. Eleanor, bedridden and weakened, could sense the growing distance between her husband and daughter. One fateful day, she overheard a hushed conversation between Charles and Laura, revealing their affair. Heartbroken and betrayed, Eleanor confronted them, demanding an explanation. The confrontation was explosive, with years of hidden emotions and grievances coming to the surface. Laura confessed her love for Charles, while Charles, torn between his duty to his wife and his passion for Laura, was unable to provide a satisfactory answer. Eleanor's discovery of the affair was the catalyst for a series of events that would forever change the Harrington family. She decided to separate from Charles, initiating a scandalous and highly publicized divorce. The news of the affair and subsequent divorce spread like wildfire, tarnishing the Harrington family's reputation. Charles's business suffered immensely as clients and partners distanced themselves from the controversy. Laura, feeling the full weight of her actions, was consumed by guilt and shame. She became reclusive, distancing herself from both her stepfather and mother. Eleanor, despite her weakened state, found the strength to publicly expose the affair, seeking solace in the support of friends and family. The betrayal had shattered her, but she was determined to reclaim her dignity and protect her legacy. As spring approached, the Harrington family continued to grapple with the repercussions of the affair. Eleanor's health deteriorated further, but she remained determined to leave a lasting legacy for her family. She focused on finalizing her will, ensuring that her assets were distributed fairly and that her philanthropic efforts would continue. Her dedication to her charitable work became a source of inspiration and strength. Charles and Laura, isolated and estranged from the family, struggled to navigate their new reality. The weight of their actions bore down on them, leaving them to confront the consequences of their choices in isolation. Their relationship, once fueled by passion and excitement, was now a constant reminder of their betrayal. The guilt and shame they carried created an insurmountable rift between them, and their interactions became strained and contentious. On April 15, 2023, Eleanor's health took a final, devastating turn. Surrounded by Daniel and a few close friends, she passed away peacefully in her bedroom at the Harrington estate. Her death marked the end of an era for the Harrington family, and the estate, once a symbol of their unity and success, now stood as a testament to the pain and betrayal that had torn them apart. Eleanor's funeral was a somber affair, attended by those who had respected and admired her for her strength and grace. Charles and Laura, consumed by their guilt and shame, did not attend, further solidifying their estrangement from the family. In the weeks following Eleanor's passing, Daniel assumed the role of executor of her will. He meticulously carried out her final wishes, ensuring that her philanthropic endeavors continued and that her assets were distributed according to her wishes. The Harrington estate was put up for sale, proceeds of which were to be used to fund various charitable projects that Eleanor had been passionate about. The sale of the estate marked the end of the Harrington family's presence in Surrey, and the once grand manor was left to be inhabited by new owners, free from the shadows of its past. As summer approached, Daniel sought to rebuild his life and create a sense of normalcy for himself and his family. He moved to a new city, far from the memories of the Harrington estate, and began to forge a new path himself. The experience had left him scarred, but he was determined to honor his mother's legacy and uphold the values she had instilled in him. His professional career flourished, and he became known for his dedication to ethical practices and his commitment to justice. Charles and Laura, now living separately, struggled to find a way forward. Charles, facing the ruins of his business empire and his personal life, sought redemption through self-reflection and therapy. He spent his days attempting to make amends for his past actions, though the path to forgiveness was fraught with difficulty. Laura, grappling with the loss of her family and her career, sought solace in art therapy. She began to create pieces that reflected her inner turmoil and the journey towards healing. The story of the Harrington family became a cautionary tale in the local community, a stark reminder of the devastating impact of secrets and betrayals. Their lives, once filled with promise and success, had been irrevocably altered by their choices. The community, though initially captivated by the scandal, gradually moved on, leaving the Harringtons to rebuild their lives in relative anonymity. As the years passed, Daniel's foundation, named in honor of his mother, grew to become a beacon of hope for many. It provided support for aspiring artists, promoted ethical practices in the art world, and funded various charitable projects. Through his work, Daniel found a way to channel his grief and pain into something meaningful, creating a lasting legacy that honored his mother's memory. The Harrington saga serves as a powerful reminder of the profound impact of hidden desires and forbidden relationships. It underscores the importance of transparency, trust, and ethical boundaries within a family. The story of Charles, Laura, and Eleanor is a testament to the destructive power of secrets and the enduring strength of those who choose to confront them. In the end, it is a tale of redemption, resilience, and the enduring power, of truth. The aftermath of the scandal saw Charles retreating further into himself, plagued by the consequences of his action. He sought solace in isolation, distancing himself from the business world that had once been his domain. The once mighty Harrington name, synonymous with power and influence, was now tarnished by scandal and betrayal. Charles, now a shadow of his former self, dedicated his days to quiet reflection and solitary walks through the empty halls of his estate. Laura, too, faced the harsh reality of her choices. She withdrew from the public eye, her art serving as both a refuge and a means of expression. Her pieces became darker, more introspective, capturing the pain and guilt that consumed her. Art critics noted the shift in her work, describing it as hauntingly beautiful, tinged with sorrow. Laura's art became a way for her to process her emotions and seek some semblance of redemption. Despite the distance between them, Charles and Laura occasionally crossed paths, their encounters fraught with tension and unresolved feelings. The passion that had once driven them was now overshadowed by the weight of their shared guilt. Their relationship, once a secret and dangerous affair, had become a constant reminder of the family they had destroyed. Years passed, and the Harrington estate, now under new ownership, was restored to its former glory. The new occupants, unaware of its tumultuous history, brought a sense of vibrancy and life back to the manor. The community, having moved on from the scandal, welcomed the change, seeing it as a chance for renewal and new beginnings. Daniel, having built a new life for himself, continued to honor his mother's legacy through his philanthropic efforts. He established the Eleanor Harrington Foundation, dedicated to supporting artists and promoting ethical practices in the art world. Foundation quickly gained recognition, its mission resonating with those who admired Eleanor's strength and resilience. As time healed the wounds of the past, the Harrington family found a way to move forward. Charles, having come to terms with his actions, dedicated the remainder of his life to seeking redemption through charitable work. He supported causes that aligned with Eleanor's values, using his resources to make amends for the pain he had caused. Though he knew he could never fully atone for his sins, he found solace in the act of giving back. Laura, too, found a path to healing. Her art, once a reflection of her turmoil, evolved into a celebration of resilience and hope. She became a vocal advocate for mental health, sharing her story and encouraging others to seek help and find strength in their struggles. Her journey towards redemption was long and arduous, but she emerged stronger and more determined to make a positive impact. The story of the Harrington family serves as a poignant reminder of the complexities of human relationships and the consequences of our choices. It highlights the importance of honesty, integrity, and the enduring power of forgiveness. In the end, it is a tale of love, betrayal, and the unbreakable bonds that hold us together, even in the face of unimaginable pain. The Harrington saga, once a scandalous headline, became a story of redemption and hope. It is a testament to the resilience of the human spirit and the capacity for growth and change. Though the scars of the past remain, future holds the promise of healing and renewal, a chance to rebuild and create a legacy of strength and compassion.